Across communities, young people continue to be the center of both the challenges and solutions to conflict, insecurity, and social fragmentation. Recognizing this reality, Building Blocks for Peace Foundation, with support from the Nigerian Youth Futures Fund, convened the National Conference on Youth, Peace and Security in Abuja under the theme Bridging Policy and Practice, Multi-Stakeholder Engagement in Youth, Peace and Security.
Today's conference is taking place at a very critical moment in our nation's history. Many of us are aware of the socio-economic, socio-political realities of Nigeria. Beyond physical violence, we are confronted with rising unemployment, shrinking civic spaces, misinformation, increasing social fragmentation, all of which continue to place enormous pressure on national peace and cohesion. And in the midst of all these challenges, there are millions of young Nigerians who are doing their bits to contribute to peace, to contribute to stability, to contribute to social cohesion across the country. And one of the things that the government has done for us is the adoption of a national action plan on youth, peace and security, which is a national roadmap for the engagement of young people in peace and security conversation. The NAP is not just a document, it's a recognition that sustainable peace in Nigeria cannot be achieved without the inclusion, participation, protection, and leadership of young people.
The conference brought together youth leaders, policymakers, civil society organizations, development partners, government institutions, media practitioners, and peace-building actors from across Nigeria, creating a national platform for dialogue, reflection, and collaboration.
The ultimate aim is to bring about this project to fruition in a way that the young person in Nigeria actually gets touched. During our conversation with a group of young people, the first thing that came out is young people saying they are tired of conversations. They are tired of these meetings we're always holding and inviting them, which is why, just to mark the importance of the theme, bridging between policy, it's like saying cho-cho-cho is enough. You understand? Where are we going to next? That's basically what the young people are telling us.
The UN Human Rights Office, where I'm coming from, has always made it clear. Young people are not problems to be changed or to be managed. You are powerful agents of change. You bring fresh energy, creativity, ideas. The UN Human Rights Office and the broader UN has repeatedly said, peace cannot work if young people are not properly included or protected.
The aim of the conference was to assess the implementation of Nigeria's National Action Plan on Youth, Peace and Security, strengthen meaningful youth participation and peace and security governance, showcase grassroots peace-building initiatives, and generate actionable recommendations for policy and practice.
The IPCR believes unequivocally that sustained peace cannot be achieved without placing youth at its center. Peace and security agenda is not merely a policy framework. It is a call to action. It reminds us that young people are not simply beneficiaries of peace. They are leaders, innovators, and change makers whose voices must actively shape the decisions that determine the future of our nation.
In Nigeria, the government recognizes that young people are not merely beneficiaries of peace processes, but key actors in conflict prevention, peace building, and governance. The ministry remains committed to promoting youth inclusion in governance and decision making.
The Youth, Peace and Security agenda challenges us to move beyond seeing youth as passive recipients of policy to recognizing them as strategic partners in building peaceful and resilient communities. Nigeria cannot sustainably address insecurity, violence, social fragmentation, and democratic decline while treating young people merely as beneficiaries rather than co-architects of peace and governance.
The conference further highlighted the urgent need to move from policy commitments to practical implementation, ensuring that frameworks such as NAP, YPS translate into real opportunities and measurable impact for young people.
If we are saying that we want to empower young persons, then young persons must be allowed and enabled to take on responsibilities. It's important for the Federal Ministry of Youth to play an oversight role, but its implementation should actually be youth-led. And it's a challenge to youth organizations that are here today. We shouldn't be talking in a national youth policy about supporting youth-led initiatives. It should be a given that the framework itself is youth-led.
The strategic plan represents a commitment to strengthening peace building, youth leadership, civic inclusion, and resilient communities across Nigeria and West Africa. Building Blocks for Peace Foundation is strategically positioned within the ecosystem to combine what we believe is its youth-led capacity, its women-centered messaging, its community-rooted approach, as well as its engagement with policy across national, state, and even regional levels to be able to achieve its goal by 2030.
I think that the opportunity of the launch of this strategic plan offers Building Blocks an opportunity to tell the story of where we started from and where we are going in the next couple of years. The strategic plan therefore presents a major milestone in the growth of the foundation as we transition into a stronger, much more structured, and more influential peace-building institution. Our DNA will continue to remain youth-focused. We'll continue to give priority to women, especially young women, and we will continue to put all our efforts into building an inclusive society.
Participants engaged in high-level panel discussions, interactive policy dialogues, and experience sharing sessions that highlighted the growing role of young people in peace building across Nigeria, with conversations focused on youth leadership in building and conflict prevention. The localization of the National Action Plan on Youth, Peace and Security, and strengthening collaboration between youths, government, and development partners.
Over time, we always have this, that there are some certain conversations that are not for young people. How many of you are aware of what I'm saying? That there are some things at the national level or at the top of a conversation in this country is only for some ages above.
If we will succeed, it will be on the basis of we supporting all of those spectrums of young people. Because remember, the youth is a face. It's not a fixed status that, oh, because I'm a young person today, I'll be a young person forever. We have to recognize that the youth is a face. I'm a youth today, I will not be tomorrow.
For a better future, we must have young people institutionalized. For us in Kaduna, we are not even discussing about youth inclusion now. We are talking about institutionalization. And for that, we have frameworks in place. Last month, we launched a document called Youth Engagement Power Plan. And this is shifting beyond just having the number of young people being included in what we do, but how structured is it, how measurable is it, and how constructive and youth-driven is it.
When all the agencies of government, and civil society, and the private sector, and individuals in their communities, and let's not forget the community associations, some of which are unregistered, when they all have an aspiration to make the youth and their priorities number one, things begin to change. When we ask a question such as, what is government doing to make the youths, give space for the youths? Or we ask questions like, how are we trying to collaborate with the youth? Or such questions. They are right academically. They are wrong in the real world. Let's ask this question. The Nkrumahs, the Azikiwes, the Sawuantakas, who was creating space for them?
This gathering reaffirmed the powerful message: meaningful peace is only possible when young people are not only included but actively engaged as partners in decision-making, implementation, and national development.
So I sincerely want to commend you people and to tell you that I identify with you. The Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution identify with you strongly. And I think that together we'll do great works. We'll do greater works for our country. Yes, we'll do great works for our country. We are open, just like Building Block is open to you, PEP Network is open to you, which are youth-led NGOs.
This conference is an amazing conference. I mean, it's a thought-provoking conference and an eye-opener. And one thing I'm taking home is that youth should wake up, and then we should not focus on the obstacle, but create the opportunity that we want.
I learned about that despite the situation, youth can still make impact when they come up together, when they know their own potentials. Peace is something that we need no matter where you are from, no matter what you do, no matter what tribe you are, no matter religion whatsoever.
The responsibility is for the youth, and the future is for the youth. And if the youth want to take accountability and want to take the bold step, we are going to have a change, we are going to have transformation, we are going to have a lasting solution.
My take home is for youth to first of all discover themselves. I will not wait for the government, I will not wait for anyone to make me push myself, but rather I would want to push myself for the government to look for me.
Most times they say youth are the perpetrators, but from here we have learned that youth are not the perpetrators, but we are like the engine room to what they think we are perpetrators. So it's to go back to my community, engage this youth, have a focus group discussion with them, and dialogue on how we can engage fully in the peace conflict resolution.
The knowledge I was introduced to here in this program is very profound. Number one, on the importance of co-creation, the place of youths in peace building, and how we can also, execute more impactful projects, and how we can also be part of national discourse and all of that. So it's been a very wonderful section, from the panel discussion, and it's been eye-opening for me.
A lot has to be done with localization of funding for civil society, and not just civil society, for other agendas, especially as it regards peace building in Nigeria. I also appreciate BBFORPEACE Foundation for championing this cause. This is going to go down in history, or will continue to ring the bell for most of us who are here, who are going to take it back to the communities where we work.
Like, I've been to places like IDP camp and some places in the hospital, in school, whereby I know that what I achieve here or I learn here, if I take you to the field, I believe people will also benefit from it.
No, I think I would really need to clap for them. This is a very good one for us. For me, we learned a lot. Nobody can say he or she did not learn one or two things from this conference. So it's a good one. Kudos.
The National Conference on Youth, Peace and Security represents a growing movement of young people committed to building peaceful, inclusive, and resilient communities across Nigeria. It is a reminder that sustainable peace is only possible when young people are meaningfully included in decision-making, supported in the initiatives, and recognized as partners in progress.